Have you ever noticed how poor people always say that money doesn't bring happiness? Darling, that's because they never had enough money. I, Duchess Dollars, am here to free you from this limiting mindset. My private jet completely disagrees with this story that money can't buy happiness. It takes me to Paris while you're waiting for the bus in the rain. Oh, and don't come to me with that story of hard work. Who said we need to sweat to get rich? That's a poor person thing. If you haven't found your Mr. Millionaire like I found mine, relax. Today, I'll teach you the principles to get rich without having to ruin your French manicure. If you want to learn how to be a woman of true financial success, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. After all, being rich isn't about what you earn, it's about what you flaunt. 1. Intelligence is overrated. Darling, you don't need to be a genius to get rich. Believe me, I've met heiresses who could barely write their own names, but had bank accounts that would give your bank manager a heart attack. The thing is, intelligence and wealth are like me and thrift store clothes. We rarely meet. Very intelligent people are usually the most complicated. They see all possible problems and end up paralyzed by fear. Meanwhile, the woman with vision simply moves forward. When my Mr. Millionaire proposed investing in a technology company, I didn't even ask what they did. I just said, "How much can we make?" And you know what happened? We tripled the investment in 6 months. I have friends with Harvard degrees who are still living paycheck to paycheck. At the same time, I have a friend who barely finished high school, but understood how the money game works. Today, she has a chain of spas that serves the Beverly Hills elite. She didn't need to understand advanced biology. She needed to understand rich people and their needs. What's essential to getting rich isn't a high IQ, but working strategically, having patience to wait for the right moment, and common sense to recognize opportunities. And of course, if you can avoid working, even better. Emotional intelligence to connect with influential people is worth much more than any diploma. 2. Saving is for the weak, but let's be honest, nobody got rich by saving pennies. Trying to save money by cutting out coffee is like trying to fill a swimming pool with an eyedropper. It will take forever and you'll die of boredom in the process. However, here's the secret nobody tells you. Having financial reserves isn't to make you rich, it's to give you courage to take risks. When I started my line of exclusive beauty products, I had a financial cushion that allowed me to focus entirely on the business without worrying if I could pay the rent. And look, darling, my rent wasn't cheap. My Mr. Millionaire always tells me, "Duchess, saving isn't about limiting yourself. It's about creating freedom." And he's right. Don't tell him I said that. Having money saved is what allows you to say no to mediocre opportunities and yes to those that really matter. The truth is that saving is about peace of mind, not direct enrichment. It's what gives you the chance to breathe while waiting for your big opportunity. While other girls panicked when a project failed, I could shrug and move on to the next one, because I had my emergency fund. So yes, save some money. Not to count coins like a poor person, but to be able to take risks like a rich one. Because, darling, the biggest returns always come from the biggest risks. 3. The art of advance work. I'll tell you a secret that rich women know. Money doesn't arrive linearly. You don't get rich by earning a little more each month, like that ridiculous annual raise companies give. The gains, darling, are exponential. It's like that time I invested in a promising chef's restaurant. For the first 8 months, nothing happened. Zero, niente, nothing. I could have given up, as an amateur would. But I waited. In the 9th month, an influential food critic visited the place and boom. Suddenly, there were lines at the door and investors begging to participate. Most people give up right before the magic moment happens. They don't understand that you do all the work now and the money comes later. It's like planting a tree. You don't harvest fruits the next day, but when they appear, it's an abundance that continues for years. During this planting period, you need to persist through discomfort. My luxury jewelry brand didn't take off immediately. I spent months attending social events, meeting the right people, learning about rare gems. All this while my friends questioned why I was wasting time on something that didn't give immediate returns. Remember, those who want different results can't do what everyone else does. While others work for the monthly salary, you're building an empire that will pay dividends forever. The secret is to accumulate the right skills, know the right people, and wait for the perfect moment to harvest. 4. Financial magnetism. Darling, have you noticed how some women seem to naturally attract money? It's not luck, nor magic. It's because they understood that instead of desperately chasing money, it's better to become so valuable that money comes running after you. When I started my channel, I could have tried to copy all the financial influencers out there. Instead, I created my own unique identity, Duchess Dollars, who mixes luxury, sarcasm, and financial knowledge in a way that no one else does. The result? Luxury brands literally begging to sponsor me, while other influencers send desperate emails offering partnerships for pennies. This applies to any career. The doctor who is a reference in innovative aesthetic treatments doesn't need to look for clients. She has a waiting list of months and charges whatever she wants. The lawyer who specializes in discreet millionaire divorces never runs out of work. The secret is simple. Become excellent at something you love, and that has value for people willing to pay well. If you're just one of the crowd, you'll receive the same as the crowd. If you're unique, you can set your price. And remember, darling, it's not about working more, it's about working better. While some of my friends give consultations 16 hours a day to small companies, I do a single monthly consultation for a billion-dollar company, and guess who makes more? Those who chase money seem desperate. Be so good that money will come chasing you. Fifth, active money before passive money. Everyone dreams of getting rich while sleeping, right? Me too. Nothing more chic than waking up and seeing that your money worked while you were busy with your beauty sleep. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Investing is also a skill, darling, and it's not as passive as it seems. Before dreaming of passive income, learn to make money actively. My friend Jennifer became obsessed with investments before even having a good salary. Result? She invested pennies, kept checking her investments every 5 minutes, and celebrated when she earned the value of a McDonald's lunch. Meanwhile, I focused on building my brand, increasing my speaker fee, and only then did I start investing seriously. When you have a business or career that generates a good flow of money, you can invest significant amounts and see results that really matter. It's like I say, why worry about the interest on $100 when you can focus on earning $10,000? The true path to wealth is this. First, master the art of making money while awake, building a business, developing a valuable skill, or finding a lucrative niche. Then, learn to invest that money wisely so it works for you. Remember my Mr. Millionaire? Before becoming a successful investor, he built and sold 3 companies. First, he learned to earn, then to multiply. And that's how he won his Duchess here. 6. Money is a means, not an end. Darling, I'm going to tell you something that will shock many people. If money is your only goal, you'll never have enough. Shocking, I know. Especially coming from me, Duchess Dollars, who loves being rich so much. But look, the truly rich people I know, and I know many, aren't obsessed with money. They're passionate about building something. A business, a brand, a legacy. Money is just the natural consequence, the fuel that feeds their dreams. When I launched my beauty product line, of course I wanted to profit. But what really drove me was creating something unique that reflected my personality and helped other women feel as fabulous as I do. The money came as a result. Look at Taylor Swift. She certainly didn't start writing songs thinking about million-dollar contracts. She was passionate about telling stories through music, and that passion led her to build an empire. Use money as a tool, not as a destination. Ask yourself, what would you do if you already had all the money in the world? The answer usually reveals your true purpose. Maybe it's traveling the world, creating a foundation, or building an innovative business. When you have a greater purpose, wealth comes more easily, and, more importantly, brings genuine satisfaction. After all, what's the point of having a closet full of Louboutins if you have nowhere to go wear them? 7. Misdirected financial pride. We need to talk about this toxic pride that prevents many women from getting rich. This idea of, I'd rather struggle than do work beneath me, is the biggest scam in the universe. You know that friend of mine who now has a chain of luxury day spas? Before being a successful entrepreneur, she worked cleaning the houses of rich clients. Instead of feeling humiliated, she used each opportunity to observe how these women lived, what products they used, what services they hired. That's how she identified an unexplored niche in the wellness market. The shame of being broke only keeps you, well, broke. It's not shameful to be poor. What's shameful is refusing growth opportunities because of ego. When I started, I accepted humble jobs as a production assistant at luxury events. This exposed me to a world I would never have known otherwise. The typical proud girl refuses internships because she won't work for free. Meanwhile, the smart girl understands that some doors only open from the inside. 1 month as an intern at Vogue can be worth more than 4 years of fashion school. My Mr. Millionaire started by washing executives' cars, not because he desperately needed those tips, but because he wanted to talk to those men about investments. Years later, many of those same executives became his partners. The lesson? Accept doing whatever is necessary today to build the life you want tomorrow, and never, ever let your pride get in the way of your bank account. 8. Financial envy is a waste of time. Darling, if you waste time counting other people's money, you'll never have time to earn your own. Envy is the favorite hobby of those who remain poor forever. I know women who spend hours discussing how much so-and-so must have spent on that dress, how what's-her-name managed to buy that house, or how much money such and such must be making with her online business. Meanwhile, guess who's really making money? The women who are too busy building their empires to gossip about others. Years ago, when I started in the luxury influencer universe, a colleague was obsessed with my competitor's numbers. She has more followers than you. She's earning more. You know what I did? I ignored it. I focused on creating my own unique space. Today, that colleague is still comparing numbers on social media, while I've built a brand that goes beyond digital metrics. Money is not a limited resource. Someone else's success doesn't diminish your chances. In fact, it might even increase them. Think about how many entrepreneurs were inspired by the success of figures like Martha Stewart or Coco Chanel. Instead of wasting time investigating someone else's bank account, use that time to increase yours. Instead of asking, "How did she get that bag?" Logically, ask, "How can I create value to get mine?" As my Mr. Millionaire says, the poor count other people's money. The rich count their own opportunities. And he's right. Once again, don't tell him I agreed. 9. Action trumps manifestation. Darling, let's talk about this new fashion of manifesting wealth. Everyone out there repeating affirmations, visualizing luxury cars, making collages with mansions, while buying another course on unlocking your abundance for $49.90. Don't get me wrong. I love a good visualization. When I want a new pair of Christian Louboutins, I definitely visualize those red heels in my closet. But afterward, you know what I do? I lift my privileged butt off the couch and go to work so I can buy them. The truth nobody wants to hear is, you don't need to change your beliefs about money. You need to change your behaviors. A friend spent an entire year reprogramming her financial mindset with meditations and affirmations. In the same period, another friend learned to invest in stocks and started a side business. Guess which one increased her assets? The universe loves action, darling. You can manifest all day, but if you don't have a concrete plan and consistency in execution, that Porsche will remain only on your vision board. The rich women I know have one thing in common. They are all action-oriented. They identify opportunities and move quickly. They make mistakes, adjust course, and move forward. They don't stay paralyzed waiting for the perfect moment or the ideal cosmic alignment. So yes, do your affirmations if that motivates you. But afterward, please, close the meditation app and open a spreadsheet, a business plan, or an investment course. Because your action is worth more than 1,000 manifestations. 10. The problem money equation. Darlings, we've reached the most important principle. The bigger the problem you solve, the more money you make. It's a simple equation that many women ignore. Solving small problems pays you little. The babysitter who takes care of one child receives X. The entrepreneur who created a network of premium daycares for busy executives earns 100X. Both solve the same basic problem, taking care of children, but on completely different scales. My friend was a talented makeup artist but earned peanuts. You know what she did? Instead of continuing to do makeup for one client at a time, she created a cosmetics line that solves specific problems for thousands of women. Today, she has a mansion in Miami. The secret is to ask, how can I solve this problem for more people, more efficiently, or for people with greater purchasing power? When I stopped giving individual consultations and started teaching luxury strategies to groups of businesswomen, my income instantly multiplied. And let's be honest, some problems are worth more than others. Solving the problem of how to look 10 years younger is worth more than solving how to organize a drawer. That's why plastic surgeons drive Ferraris while professional organizers usually don't. Your journey to wealth involves stacking skills and constantly leveling up. Start where you are, but always seek to solve bigger problems for more people in more efficient ways. That's how you go from just surviving to obviously thriving. Darling, now that you know the principles to get rich without sweating, it's time to put them into practice, because being poor is so unnecessary. If you liked these tips, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any wealth secret I share here. I left in the pinned comment several links to absolutely essential products for your prosperity journey. After all, investing in yourself is the first step to wealth. And don't forget to comment below, rich without effort. If you're ready to transform your financial life, I am Duchess Dollars. And as I always say, working is optional. Being rich is essential. See you in the next video while you remain poor and remain fabulously rich.